Hello everybody, Andy here from Glass Update, the #1 kill team channel on YouTube. Unless of course you are of any other channel on YouTube. Today we have a new kill team. Now we know nothing about the rules, but it's exactly what we all thought was coming. We got it rumored, obviously, kind of. I said in the last one, it was more of a when than a if, right? And sure enough, let's shrinkify myself, read through the whole article. Hey, if you don't want to watch this, Warhammer Heroes, it's going to be exactly what we expected. There is a reason to not buy this, which, by the way, is that it's a gamble, similar to the last Warcry, the Age of Sigmar, blind box buy. There's going to be 7 possible models, and when you buy a case, which will be 8 boxes, you are not guaranteed to get all 7. That's an issue, which we'll talk about. However, minor addendum, these are just generic Space Marines, and we know that the rules are going to be in the app for free, so it kind of doesn't matter if you're just someone that wants to play Kill Team. You're going to be able to do that, but if you want to get all of the models, have fun with that. There are ways around it, doing codes and stuff, but yeah. Anyway, with that said, Space Marine team, cool, let's get into it. Right, I'm going to read the whole thing and then we're going to speculate on what could be what. You want to hear a secret? There are a new bunch of Space Marines coming to Warhammer Heroes, but these ones are a little more mysterious than the Ultramarines. The latest Blind Buy miniature collection features Strike Force Varial from the Dark Angels chapter. Star, what does the star mean? They come in green plastic. You're welcome to paint them whatever colour you like, although our editor assures us green armies are better than all other armies. We'll get to it in a moment once we look through the embiggenings of them, but do just very quick look. It's as we expected, as it's been with all of the Space Marine Heroes boxes. There's nothing on them that is actually moulded into being, this is Dark Angels. They just happen to be green and the box art is green. But you can paint them any colour you want and you're not going to have to chop and change any parts of them. The latest Blind Buy miniature collection features Strike. I've just read that chapter, and every box contains one of 7 different warriors, each with their own equipment, specialization, and kill team rules card. Cool. So again, this means we're going to be getting the rules for the team for free in the app. I cannot imagine they will do this any other way. They're not going to make this one team not available, are they? So there you go. Cool. We get the 7. We get the mystery one. Just very quickly, that there is a Reaver knife. I reckon this is going to be an alternate Reaver option. Ooh, if we look at it, this could be our only actual combat Reaver. This guy here is clearly, you know what? I'm going to look at the bigger. Let's look at the bigger pictures before we start guessing. These miniatures are a great introduction to the Warhammer hobby, and you can assemble them without glue or tools. I have done Warhammer Heroes models in the past, and hey, if you've done the Kill Team starter set, those are Warhammer Hero models. I never even attempted to just push the frames out. I actually don't know how that would work, to be honest with you. So, Stoic Sternguard Sergeant Ramus is joined by Infernus Marine Haroth, Assault Intercessor Maphael, Infiltrator Belath, Intercessor Zeradim, and Reaver Narden. This elite team is led by a mysterious lieutenant of the chapter whose miniature must remain secret for now. So interesting. So we have a sergeant and we have a lieutenant. Now it specifically says that the lieutenant leads it. However, a sergeant could also lead it. I imagine it will be similar to how Intercession and Angels of Death are now, where you can have your sergeant lead the squad or you can have your captain. I imagine this time it's going to be you can have your sergeant, your Sternguard sergeant lead the squad, or you can choose to have your mysterious lieutenant lead the squad. And again, I think it's pretty clear that this sergeant here has a melter and has a combi bolter with a melter. And whoever this guy is going to be your close combat option of a Reaver. Although, okay, all right, let's look through them. So, okay, can I embiggen this for you a smidge? A little bit. So, Sternguard Veteran, cool, I like it. This could be an Iron Halo, which could mean we're getting just a scratch on him, whereas maybe the other guy won't get it. But he does have a melter, which means this will be our first loyalist team that gets access to a melter, which is pretty cool. We then get, and also note, as mentioned, nothing, although they have little doodads on them, and googads, and booleans, none of this is unique to the Dark Angels. Normally, they would have this shoulder pad, being the embossed shoulder pad with the chapter unique symbol, but that is clearly not what they've done here. We then get an Infernus Marine. Now, I'm actually quite interested. What do we think they're going to do for the Infernus Marine model, like the Flamer? Is it just going to be hits on 2s 4/4? Is it just a good Flamer, or is it going to be something a little bit more than that? Keeping in mind that if you end up swapping one of these models out, it could well be the Flamer. You don't always want a Flamer, although hitting on 2s 4/4 is pretty solid. I think we can all agree on that one. We get an Assault Intercessor. Hey, Assault Intercessors are cool. Keeping in mind, of course, that everything we're saying about this team, we don't know their ploys. We don't know the strat ploys, the firefight ploys, and we don't know whatever their, not chapter tactic, that's the wrong word. That's the Angels of Death special rule. We don't know what their special rule is going to be. Who knows? I imagine they're not going to get chapter tactics because these are Dark Angels, right? So are we going to get something that buffs their melee? Are we going to get something that buffs their defense, their shooting? Or are we going to get something that buffs their movement? Those are the 4 options. We then get, this is an Infiltrator. Okay, interesting. So obviously a better bolt gun. Cool. This looks like a really weird pose. If I'm honest, he's holding that bolt up really far away from his chest. Why is that? Don't know. Anyway, moving on. We then get just a standard Intercessor. Is that right? Intercessor Zeradim. Interesting. I can very much see the Intercessor, the standard Intercessor, being the one that gets dropped again, unless of course the special rule of the team makes him good, or it doesn't have to be the special rule of the team. It could be a very simple team in the sense that the Intercessor has native reroll 1s, native balance when shooting, whereas the Assault Intercessor has native reroll melee when charging or something, right? Like balance could just have balanced on its assault, balanced on its chainsword, balance on its bolt gun, remove, saturate. I don't know, it's a flamer. So I imagine that each model will have a simple rule, similar to how Intercession were in the last edition. If you look at Angels of Death in this edition, it's not that they're like super complicated, but they do have a lot of rules flying around the team, and I do think we might see a simpler team for this one, because there's less customization, perhaps, and they're just going to say, hey, you've taken the Intercessor, you always reroll when you shoot. You've taken the Assault, you always reroll when you fight. And just kind of really boil it down, simplify it. And then we have a Reaver with a carbine. I can't even tell you what the carbine does. It does exist. Does the carbine model still exist? I actually don't even know. Let's have a look, shall we? So it's going to be Angels of Death. No, it'd be Phobos. Sorry, it'd be Phobos, obviously. Because there is no Reaver for Angels of Death. We go to Reaver Warrior. What does the carbine do? This bad boy here, Bolt Carbine. 4 attacks, hitting on 3s, 3/4, accurate 1. Oh. Okay. It's also going to have grab, shoot, and grapple launcher, I'm sure. You can see that it even has the fins modelled on. Oh, man. Accurate 1, and you're going to be 12 wounds. Don't take this guy. He looks cool. I like the pose, but accurate 1? Maybe you'll get the combat knife as well instead of the fists. Maybe that's the trade there. Anyway, let's keep going. Each box will come with a kill team data card for the miniature with the operative stats, weapons, and strategy ploy translated in English, German, and Japanese. Great. Collect them all, and you have a simple to learn, streamlined kill team designed as the perfect way to get a taste for the game and able to take to the kill zone against any other team. Every display unit will have 8 blind boxes, but there is no guarantee you'll get all 7 miniatures if you buy a full dispenser of 8 boxes. They'll be available to buy from selected retailers later in the year. Done. Right. So let's just quickly touch on it again. I do think it's very sucky that they're doing the gamble thing of you don't get every model. I'm not overly fussed. I feel like this is a team that I will happily go out and just make from existing 40k Space Marines, because if you look at the team, there's nothing unique about this team. All of these models already exist. They've simply put them into a box that you can buy. I have Stern Guard, I have Infernus Marines, I have Intercessors, Assault Intercessors, Infiltrators. I don't have a Reaver with a carbine. They've caught me on that one. And this is, I think, I mean, I don't know what else. This is a heavy bolt pistol, and that is a combat knife, right? So this is a Reaver, a sergeant. That's the sergeant. This is a Reaver lieutenant, right? 100%, clearly. I don't know, though. What do you think? What do you think? Tell me. I'm excited for a new Space Marine team. That's cool. I like Phobos. It's cool that we're going to have some Phobos in this team. Some 12 wound Marines alongside some not 12 wound Marines, some 14 wound Marines. Maybe the leaders are 15s, maybe they're 16s. You know, who knows? Who knows? I think, obviously, whether or not this team is worth playing is going to come down to the ploys and the faction rule. And that's really exciting. There you go. Hype. Hype. I'm excited for new teams. We don't know when they're coming. But obviously they will be coming all over us, presumably. Hey, do check out the link in the pinned comment. That is a link tree. It's not OnlyFans, thank you. It is just all of my affiliate links rounded up for you. So if you ever buy Warhammer in the UK or the US, I've got an affiliate link. It's just free money for everybody. Costs you nothing extra. I get a little kickback. Great way to support your favorite YouTuber. And if you need some Kill Team equipment, do check it out. There's new stuff there. We've got objective markers. We've got all-in-one boxes for tournament play. We've got dice boxes. We've got everything. Do check out for all your cool stuff. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you soon. Bye.